You're at the final table of the World Poker Tour with a pair of fives. Your opponent bets 80 grand on the river. Think he's bluffing? Play the Hold'em or Fold'em challenge on the Travel Channel's World Poker Tour online fan site. We'll set up the hand, you make the call, then see the action come to life.
And he folds. Goes well done.
Play this and other games by logging on to the Travel Channel at Discovery.com. The World Poker Tour online fan site. Click on and you're in.
Welcome back to Foxwoods Resort Casino. We are down to 3.
Tuan Lee still our chip leader with $3.8 million in chips, followed by Temp Hutter, who's close to $2 million in chips, and Humberto Brenes has about $1 million in chips.
Just brilliant poker tonight. Ante's at 10, blinds at 30 and 60. Action's going to be on Tuan Lee.
He looks down at Jack 3 of diamonds. And look at this, Vince. He limps in. He calls on the button. There's something we haven't seen today by Tuan Lee.
It worries me when he does that. I get scared.
Well, we understand what you're thinking, Temp.
Got that right. Now, Temp looks down at a 4 deuce of clubs. He's got some money in there already.
It's going to cost him $30,000 more to call. There's $180,000 out there already.
Does he want to splash around? Yes, he does.
He is going to call. Now, Humberto looks down at a 10 deuce offsuit. He checks, so here we go.
Friendly poker.
Everybody involved in this pot.
Okay, let's go ahead and look at the flop.
So here comes the flop. Well, the flop is Queen Jack 9 with 2 clubs. Everybody's hit a part of this flop.
Yes, they have. Very interesting flop here.
Temp has the flush draw. Humberto has the open end straight draw.
And Tuan's got the pair of jacks.
Action is on Temp.
Amateur, so-called amateur accountant from Virginia, playing in the big leagues right now. World Poker Tour. 4 to the flush.
120,000.
He's going to bet this.
Yes, he is. He bets $120,000.
Humberto chucks his hand.
Well, he lays down the open end straight draw.
Now Tuan, second best pair of jacks.
This is a pretty nerving call by him, in my opinion. But he's making it $120,000. He calls with the 2 jacks. You know, Temp can't be too happy about that.
That is a quick call. Turn card coming up.
Ooh, the 5 of clubs. Temp Hutter has made the flush.
Yes, he has. Just a giant card on the turn.
Well, he has his opponent drawing dead, as we say. There's no card that Tuan can win the pot with unless he would bluff at it.
I love this. Look at Temp sitting back. He's going to milk this like a Holstein right now. Oh, the good sigh. You know, it's not really Hollywood. It's a little like summer stock, but pretty good nevertheless.
Notice Tuan Lee is focused totally on him. Folks, generally speaking, when a guy acts weak, he's strong. When he acts strong, he's weak.
$500.
He's going to bet $500,000.
Oh, yes. But Tuan quickly throwing his hand away.
Yep, I think Tuan read him like a book there for having a big hand.
Oh, he's like one of those casting directors in Hollywood saying, thank you for coming in, and then you're out the door.
Well, a nice laydown by Tuan right there.
Now let's just go back to the critical moment of this hand.
And in my view, it was on 4th Street when the club came off, Vince. In the world of tells, in the poker world, when you act weak, you have a strong hand. Notice that Temp took a sigh. He acted like he didn't know what to do. He had the flush.
500.
Then he bet the $500,000. I think Tuan saw through that right away. He quickly jettisoned the 2 jacks.
Just didn't buy the performance.
Well, since we started this 3-handed play, we've seen Tuan Lee go through $1.5 million here. The other 2 players increasing their stacks. Their confidence has got to be rising, and you got to wonder if Tuan Lee's is decreasing.
Well, this is a tremendous battle here at Foxwoods. This is the 7th stop of the 3rd season here on the World Poker Tour, the only international poker show, the biggest tournaments in the world. And here we got one where the champion's going to make $1.5 million. It's going to be on Temp Hutter.
Looks down at 8-6 offsuit and folds.
Humberto Brenes. Money in the pot. Queen 10 in his hands.
always smiling. You know, he just loves the competition of poker. This guy really loves to play. Well, he limps in with the Queen 10.
Not going to get fancy now. Antoine Lee, who's got a pair of deuces.
He does have Vince, but he's going to raise it.
One raises 120,000.
He raised 120,000.
Total of 180.
She said me yes. It's no good raise.
Well, Umberto's saying that's not a very big raise. I'm going to call that. There's 270,000 out there. I'm going to put in another 120. So here we go. It's Queen 10 for Umberto, 2 deuces for Tuan Lee. Well, the flop is Ace Queen 5.
That is nice for Umberto's. He's hit a pair of queens.
Umberto will be first to act.
Action's on Umberto.
He's going to play it slow. He's checked it.
And quickly, Tuan Lee goes to a stack. Going to bet the 2 deuces.
Really.
And without hesitation, Umberto goes all in right here.
You say me yes. I know you. I love you. I love you.
Okay, Tuan's going to lay it down.
Notice what happened there.
My favorite deal.
Tuan Lee only bet 100,000 when there was about 400,000 out there in the pot.
Yes, I
Umberto
told you.
quickly picking up on the fact that he made a small bet into a big pot. He moved all in, and rightfully so.
Oh, man, his assumption absolutely correct.
Now, Vince, that's playing the game right now. Umberto playing above the rim.
Just brilliant poker. And could it be back-to-back Brennus titles here on the World Poker Tour? We will find out. Stay tuned. We'll be right back on the World Poker Tour.
Uh-oh. He's flexing his muscles here. He comes over the top for all his chips.
He is the 14th player to win $1 million on the World Poker Tour.
Look at this. A draw out by Eric Brennus.
Welcome back to the World Poker Tour. We are at the Foxwoods Resort Casino. We are down to 3 here on the World Poker Tour.
And Vince, so much at stake here. Players from all over the world dream about winning a World Poker Tour title. One of these 3 is going to do so. None of them have ever captured a WPT title, although Umberto has finished second.
Well, it is life-changing money. And right now, Tuan Lee quickly folding his hand around a temp putter.
You learned. Oh, it's so good.
Let me take a peek.
Rolling.
Temp putter's got an ace-7 of clubs. Don't forget, $1.5 million is going to go to the champion, plus the $25,000 guaranteed seat at our championships at Bellagio, and that is potentially worth millions more.
Why take pearl?
And look at this, Umberto chatting it up with his man.
The man's got an ace-7 suited in the small blind.
Well, the interesting thing is that another 7 in his hand was exposed. It was flashed. Temp knows that.
All right, so it's being used as the burn card here, but it sort of diminishes Temp's hand somewhat.
150. 150.
However, he is going to raise it.
Not going to slow him down.
Makes it 150,000 to go.
Total of 100.
Umberto finally looks down at his hand. He's got a wired pair of 5s here.
Okay. Now it's with you.
Look at this. He's gone all in. Yeah. He's got about 1.4 million. That's how much he's got. Temp with about 2.1 million before this hand started. So even if he played this pot and lost it, he wouldn't be out.
Yes, 1 million.
150.
1, 2, 3,
Total 150.
Okay.
150.
And look at Temp. He is squirming in his seat.
20.
He wants to call this, it looks like.
1,400,000.
If on the other hand he plays it and wins it, he will be the chip leader.
I don't know what I want.
Look at Temp.
This is my tournament right here.
What do you have?
This is it.
Well, let me tell you something. This is the biggest decision for Temp Hunter since he said, I do.
Well, I think it's a pretty tough call with an ace-7, especially since a 7 has been flashed. Well, Umberto trying to hide behind Tuan Lee there.
That's an impossible thing to do.
Oh, you can see the agony of Temp Hunter right here. What to do? What a decision. Folks, you're talking about $900,000 in real money here.
What do you have, Umberto? King Jack?
Well, he's trying to put him on King Jack here.
Smaller? Higher? I think I got the best hand. I don't have much, but I think I got the best hand.
I think my favorite dealer. You see these eyes? I love it.
Umberto flirting with the dealer.
He's always laughing and joking, even in these pressure-packed situations. Temp's shaking his head here.
Son of a bum.
What a major confrontation happening right now at Foxwoods.
That card right there is keeping me from calling this.
Well, folks, this is a tough decision, but quite honestly, because that 7 was a flash card that you see sitting on top of the deck, I almost think this is a pretty easy laydown here.
Oh, don't do that, please. Don't.
Juan jokingly said he called just to get a reaction out of Humberto. Humberto started dancing like, yes. Now that compounds Temp's problem more here.
Come over the top.
Folks, you're talking about what literally could be $1 million hand. $1 million decision. $900,000 in real money right now for Temp Hutter.
Oh boy, he's saying a little prayer.
If he's got a bigger ace, then that 7 is going to hurt me. Because I would want that later. One less out.
Vince, remember what we say on the World Poker Tour. May all your cards be live and your pots be monsters. Well, this is going to be a monster pot if he plays it, but all his cards aren't live. We see a 7 sitting on top of the deck.
1.2.
Vince, he's calling him back to the table here.
Come on.
What does that mean? It means he's going for it.
He is going to do it.
He is called. What a confrontation. Nearly a $3 million pot right here, right now. If Temp Hutter wins this pot, he'll be our chip leader in heads-up action.
Nice, block 7.
One of them's gone.
It's just gone. It's good for me. Good news.
Now you see Temp is saying one of my 7s is gone.
Well, he knew that when he made the call. He felt that his opponent had king high. He thought the ace high was good. Now he's going to have to get lucky to outdraw his opponent.
Here we go with the first 3.
Wow.
Well, the flop is 9-6 deuce with 2 clubs. Now what that means is Temp Hunter has the nut flush draw.
Now look at this. Umberto is chiding his dealer, saying, "Don't you dare."
What drama here. Right now, Temp needs an ace, a 7, or a club.
There's $1.5 million on the line here and the title at stake.
Here comes the turn card.
Here's the turn. It's a 2 of diamonds.
Well, Umberto has dodged one street. Can he dodge another? He must dodge an ace, a 7, or a club.
And if he does, he will put the counter into chapter 11 here.
You see the concerned look on Temp's face here. Can Humberto Brenes dodge a club, an ace, or a 7? He must do so to stay alive in this tournament. Will the 2 5s hold up? No! The jack of clubs! Temp Hunter has done it! And that's going to do it for Humberto Brenes.
Adios, Umberto. It's always a pleasure to watch this man play. He is a champion and a gentleman. What a good sport.
What are you doing?
Well, he has a word with the dealer.
He's having a little talk.
Just in jest.
He's great to watch. He is a third-place finisher, Umberto Brenes. And he gets a standing ovation by this crowd.
Unbelievable.
What excitement. Umberto Brenes, a great sport, a great champion.
Well, as we get up to heads-up play, it's the custom on the World Poker Tour to have the money presentation. These people are very proud here at the Mashantucket Pequot Tribal Nation. Not only proud of their casino, but of their customs and traditions.
What a beautiful, soulful presentation here at Foxwoods.
Folks, you only see this on the World Poker Tour. Wow. They're bringing the money, setting it on the table. In addition to the cash, you see the beautiful customized wampum belt. $2.5 million sitting on that table. It's all on the line. Stay tuned. We'll be back with the exciting conclusion of the World Poker Finals from Foxwoods in just a moment.
I don't fear Temp as much as I fear the other players.
The person I probably fear the most at the table is Twan.
I'm just not scared to get all the money in.
I'm just going to wait for him to raise me when I got cards, and then I'll come after him.
Well, here we go. Heads-up play about to begin. We started with 674 players. We're down to 2. One, a high-stakes cash game player, Twan Lee, against a guy who's an accountant from Virginia. Drove up here, entered this event. And for the first time today, Vince, Temp Hutter is our chip leader, and it couldn't come at a better time when he's playing heads-up for the title.
Who's going to be our new millionaire on the World Poker Tour? Here we go. Action's going to start on accountant Temp Hutter.
He looks down at Queen 6 offsuit.
Oh, boy, this guy likes to take his time, doesn't he?
Well, he's a very methodical player.
Well, here he is with Queen 6.
Raise.
And he's got to raise it.
Temp's going to raise.
Now let's see how much. Now, folks, he's only got a Queen 6 offsuit here.
120.
Well, he raised it 120,000.
An additional 120,000.
Without hesitation, Twan Lee calls him with the 10-7.
With a prayer hand.
Let's see a flop.
Everyone's gambling here tonight.
Well, here we go. They both have a lot of chips. Let's see what happens.
Here's our flop.
10-3 deuce.
That is nice for Twan. He's caught the top pair, and he checks it.
He's throwing him a little rope here, as we say, Vince.
With 2 spades.
He's flopped top pair, waiting for his man to make a move.
Gonna play it sneaky. Let's see if Temp bites here.
Well, he opts to check.
Does not fall for it. Turn card, a 3.
Well, the board pairs 3s. No more free cards here. Twan Lee's going to come out and bet this time. Bets 150,000.
Temp with just Queen high.
What can he be thinking about here, other than re-raising or folding? And look at this, Vince. He's just calling here.
He's going to make a sneaky call.
Well, that tells me he's going to try to take this pot away later, maybe.
You would think.
Surely you wouldn't think he thought Queen High was the best hand here, but maybe he does. Let's see what happens at the river.
River card.
Well, a 7 of spades comes off, making a potential flush out there.
That makes 2 pair for Twan Lee, 10s and 7s.
Yes, it does. He doesn't seem to care about any flush possibility. He's coming out there firing. Looks like a $500,000. Yes, it is.
Oh, boy.
Toss was at 500,000.
$500,000 into Temp.
Temp has absolutely nothing. What can he be thinking about here, Vince? Obviously, he's either going to fold or re-raise.
Can he take this pot away if he should re-raise over the top and put them all in?
These guys have been playing for 4 days. We've battled from 674 players down to these 2. One of them's going to take home over $1.5 million. The other one nearly $1 million.
500 more.
He's going to raise it $500,000, Vince, on a stone bluff. Now, folks, who would think an accountant from Virginia could make $1 million bluff?
But listen to the increment is just 500,000 more. Very interesting.
Well, that's the minimum raise that he can make in this spot.
It's like a begging call. Very interesting re-raise.
Well, you're right, Vince. It's the kind of raise that just makes it look like he's begging for a call here, when in fact, we know just the opposite is true.
And we know Tuan Lee's hands just shriveled up.
Well, Tuan Lee faced with a very tough decision now. Yes, he's got 2 pair, but there's another pair on the board, and now there's a possible flush out there.
Well, maybe we should lay this down. This would cripple Tuan Lee.
I call.
And what a great call by Tuan Lee right here.
Oh,
I got nothing.
Huh?
Okay,
You win.
see the hands, please?
You win.
Wow.
Well, there you go.
Tip turns over.
Tuan Lee making a great call to pick up that pot. But Vince, even though that play didn't work, don't you have to admire Temp for even having the moxie to make a play like that?
I want this guy doing my taxes, all right?
Good call, Tuan. Thanks.
2,000.
Good one.
All the new levels.
I didn't think you
now
could
from
call
here
it.
on out will be
Back and forth we go. What exciting heads-up action we're seeing tonight at Foxwoods.
Oh, it is fantastic. Tuan Lee just coming back like a bitter ex. He takes control here right now.
Now, action back on Tuan Lee. And he just limps in with ace high on the button.
Ace 4. Temp Hutter looks at a 6-3 of clubs.
Well, Temp says give us a flop.
He's not going to get crazy. So here we go. The cat and mouse game continues.
Well, flop is queen 7-4 with 2 clubs. Temp has flopped a straight draw and a flush draw.
And Tuan Lee's got a piece of that. He's got a pair of 4s.
But they both check.
Both playing it slow.
So here we go. Off to 4th Street. Well, the jack of spades comes off.
Helps neither player. But it's going to be on Temp first.
Well, he's got a nice drawing hand. But on the other hand, he's only got 6 high.
$350.
He's going to make the semi-bluff here. $350,000.
A nice stiff bet right into Tuan.
2,000.
I say semi-bluff because even if his opponent calls, although he's only got 6 high, he has a drawing hand.
But look at this. Tuan Lee not intimidated whatsoever. Looks like he's going to call it.
Looks to me like he's getting out more chips, Vince.
Oh, boy.
He's got bottom pair. His opponent's bet $350,000.
Oh, he's going crazy on us.
And he's raising him $700,000 more. He puts in $1,050,000.
Cost of 350.
Sees through the account
Wow.
like a pane of glass, going over the top.
Well, you can see the sick look on Temp Hutter's face right now. He's saying to himself, geez, maybe I should have checked there instead of bet.
Making the total bet on this one, $1,050,000.
What to do right now?
All in.
Oh,
He's
look at
gone
this.
all in. He's gone over the top. He is going to put the burden right back on Tuan Lee. He has raised it another $1.4 million, folks. Well, this is what we call a semi-bluff extraordinaire. It's for all your chips here. What do you do if you're in Tuan's seat? Now you've got bottom pair. How can you make this
He's
call?
got to lay it down.
Oh, folks, stand up and salute this accountant from Virginia. What a poker play that was right there to re-raise for all your money with a 6 high. Just tremendous action tonight on the World Poker Tour.
Which player is going to walk away with the $1.5 million first prize? Find out when we return on the World Poker Tour.
Welcome back to the World Poker Tour. We are at the Foxwoods Resort Casino, and the macho match here at Foxwoods continues.
What a battle we're witnessing here, Vince. Unbelievable back and forth action.
Just incredible. Temp Hutter now with about 3.7 compared to Tuan Lee's 3.1. Here we go once again.
Action's going to be on Tuan Lee.
Tuan Lee this time looks at a 10-9 offsuit. Blinds being 50 and 100 still.
Raise.
He is going to raise it. It looks like a $250,000 raise.
Oh, boy. Even a train stops Tuan into Temp.
250,000 for a total of
Temp looks down at King 5 of hearts here.
Not a bad starting hand.
So 250 more?
King high, usually the favorite. Two-handed,
Okay, I call.
and he's just going to call it.
Well, he's going to look at a flop here. So here we go. Over 700,000 in the pot right now.
Here's our flop.
It's not.
Flop is ace, king, queen with 2 spades.
King, queen, with 2 spades.
Well, we know Temp has hit the pair of kings.
Is on Temp.
Well, he checks.
Checks.
It's going to give Tuan an opportunity to bet at this.
And without hesitation, Tuan Lee quickly grabs chips.
He just does not care. He's going to try to steal this away from Temp.
And he's betting 700,000.
You got to respect the nerve of both players.
Poker all about making correct decisions. But folks, this is one tough decision for Temp Hutter right here. What to do.
All in.
Oh, he's going all in.
Well, he's done it. He's bet all in here with 2 kings.
Oh, and Tuan quickly disappearing.
What a play by Temp Hutter again, Vince. Just terrific poker we're watching out of this guy right now.
Oh, the dream is alive for Temp Hutter. He is one step closer to taking this title.
Well, Vance, we're watching some of the best heads-up action we've ever seen on the World Poker Tour. Just great poker tonight.
I have to agree with you, Mike. Just incredible imagination by both gentlemen.
Action's going to be on Temp Hutter.
This time Temp has a king 9.
He's also got the chip lead, 4.2 million to about 2.5 million. See how he's going to play it.
I'll raise it up a little bit.
Going to raise it up a little bit, he says.
Sounded a little like Clint Eastwood with that one. I'm going to raise a little bit.
Now, let's see what a little bit is.
Let's go 4 more.
400,000.
He's raising at 460,000, Vince. I wouldn't call that a little bit, would you? Meantime, Tuan Lee has an 8-7. He's sitting on about 2.5 million, and here goes $500,000 of it right here. He is making the call, so he's going to gamble right here, right now.
He wants to see every flop here tonight.
Well, here we go. It's king 9 for Temp, 8-7 for Tuan Lee. Oh, 9-8-4 with 2 spades. Temp has flopped top pair. Tuan has flopped second pair.
A potential disaster here for Tuan.
Well, Tuan checks the 2 8s.
Now, what's Temp going to do?
He's doing a little acting first. He's flopped top pair with a big kicker. Certainly he's got to like this flop.
Well, we're used to that acting job by now.
Well, there's over 1.1 million in the pot right now.
$800,000.
Oh,
800,000.
I'm all in.
Without blinking, Tuan Lee goes all in over the top of him.
oh, yes, he does. This could be a major disaster for Tuan Lee.
He raised him another 1.1 million all in. Now Temp with top pair here and a good kicker.
It'll be very
Bring
tough
in
to get
the-
away from this hand.
He knows if he wins this pot, it's over. He's going to be our champion, and right now he's in a dominating position to do just that. But first, he's got to make the call.
Well, this is the opportunity of a lifetime for Temp Hutter.
25, 35, 35, 9.
The crowd, you could hear a pin dropping here, Vince.
This could be it, huh? You betting that much just on a draw?
Oh, boy.
Right now, Tuan Lee must think he has the best hand with 2 8s. You'd think he'd have been called long ago if that hand was beat.
He could have me out kicked.
Little does he know his opponent has 2 9s.
All right, let's get it over with. I'll call.
He's calling it. He's done it. And is he going to be happy when he sees Tuan Lee's hand? He's got 2 9s. His opponent's got 2 8s. Right now, Temp Hutter is about a 4-1 favorite to capture this title.
That gives him top pair with a pair of 9s. Twan's turned over, a 7 of diamonds.
Oh, no, he said good luck.
Uh-oh.
A pair of 8s.
Remember, just a while back, Bradley Berman said the same thing to Tuan Lee, and then he walked out of the arena right after that.
But right now, the title at stake. Temp has made the right decision. 2 cards to sweat out. $1.5 million to the winner.
That's what you dream about all your life, winning a World Poker Tour event.
Here comes the turn card.
Here it comes. Oh! It's a 7. So far, Tuan Lee has outdrawn him. Now, Tuan Lee has made 2 pair, 8s and 7s. And what that means is Temp Hutter must catch a 4, a 9, or a king to capture this title right now.
Okay, well, now we're going to take a look at the river card.
Put a jack.
Last card coming up. Here it is.
It's a 3. Right there, a major draw out by Tuan Lee. Otherwise, this tournament was history. Folks, that thud you just heard was Temp Hutter's heart hitting the floor.
This thing should be over.
Well, he's right about that.
Should be over.
But it's not over, Temp. You've got to sit back down, gather yourself, and continue playing.
All right, Temp Hutter obviously on suicide watch.
That's poker, right? Oh, nice pot.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back for more on the World Poker Tour.
Welcome back to Connecticut and the final table of the World Poker Finals. Now back to Mike Sexton and Vince Van Patten.
What drama we're seeing here tonight, Vince. Amazing poker action. Look at Temp down there. He looks like a lottery winner who lost his ticket.
Welcome to the house of pain.
Well, you've got to regroup, though, Vince. It is not over. He had his opponent down this much. He can come back. His opponent did so.
One of the all-time great slugfests here on the World Poker Tour. It's going to be on Temp once again. Let's see if he can come back.
Give me some cards. I need some help.
He looks at ace-5 this time.
I'm in big trouble here.
He's down to about 1.7 million compared to Tuan's 5 million.
All right, I'll raise it up.
And he is going to raise it. Let's see how much.
Four.
He's going to raise it 400,000 more here.
For a total of 560,000.
460,000 more.
There's still some life left. Into Tuan. Now this time Tuan has 7-6 offsuit. Last time he busted him up with 7-8. Well, he wants to gamble. He'd love to put this thing away and get lucky on Temp. He is going to call it.
Yep, he's taking a shot here. So it's ace-5 for Temp, 7-6 for Tuan Lee.
Temp looking absolutely miserable.
Okay, let's take a look at the flop.
So here comes the flop.
Flop comes down.
Flop is 9-8-3 with 2 diamonds.
That gives an open-ended
I'm all
straight
in.
draw to Tuan. He goes all in with it.
I'm all in.
Tuan Lee goes all in.
Now Temp, nothing materializing on that flop. But he still has ace high. He's actually technically out in front.
Oh, if you didn't, I would have.
He's saying, I would have done that. Tuan took the play away from Temp.
Didn't give me a chance to, did you?
Tuan Lee only been playing poker for a couple of years. Now in the big leagues here on the World Poker Tour.
Right now, hard to imagine Temp can call this unless he thinks the ace high is the best hand.
Well, it just so happens it is.
I mean, you can't really call expecting to hit an ace or 2 running diamonds to win the pot.
Oh, man, what am I doing?
Well, there's about 2.2 million in the pot. He's got 1.1 million left.
Call that. Chips. Most of my chips are in the pot. I got to call you.
He says he's got a call.
Wow, he makes the call with ace high, and it is the best hand right now.
Oh, what a brilliant call he's just made.
Temp is actually a slight favorite here. About 11-9 favorite to win this pot.
Can he turn the momentum around?
But a lot of cards for Tuan Lee to catch. He can catch a 6 or a 7 or close it out if a 5 or a 10 comes off, as long as it's not a diamond.
Runner, diamond. Here it comes.
Can Tuan Lee do it again? Can he make another draw out? If he does, he'll be our champion.
2 cards to come. This time, Tuan Lee can take this title right now.
10.
Here we go with 4th Street.
Oh, it's a 10. It's over.
Yeah!
He's made a straight. Temp Hunter is drawing dead. This tournament is history.
Enjoyed it. Enjoyed it.
Last card, absolutely irrelevant. Tuan Lee's going to pick up $1.5 million here on the World Poker Tour. Temp Hunter in denial right now. What a final this has been.
Just an incredible heads-up battle. A fight to the finish.
I thought I had you.
You did have me.
I think I thought I had you.
And now, as a custom on the World Poker Tour, we're going to toast our champion with the official beer of the World Poker Tour, Michelob Amber Bock. And here's to the champion of the World Poker Finals, Tuan Lee from Los Angeles, California. For Shauna Hyatt, Vince Van Patten, and everyone at the World Poker Tour, I'm Mike Sexton saying thanks for watching. And until next time, may all your cards be live and your pots be monsters.
Yes.